I don't usually respond to stuff like this, but I've got time tonight. You see, when you run for Congress, you face a lot of baseless accusations. This time, the local establishment is all of a sudden smearing me for lying about my resume. They pushed this to local influencers, they made posts about it, and they even put it in the news. I want you to see how bad they are at this. Let's talk about it. It all started with this one sentence in our first TV ad. Right afterwards, a guy named Remington said that was not true, saying you can't go around claiming that you were a senior advisor to SJL. That's not true. This tweet got 160,000 views, and they took this and ran with this until Congresswoman Jackson Lee's chief of staff says they're lying. She said, and I quote, "I can attest that Isaiah Martin was for several years a very close senior advisor, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. During my time as acting and later chief of staff, he was singularly unique for his comprehension of high-level policy issues and often staffed her at the competence of a DC staff professional." So much for that narrative. He then goes on to say, despite his role on and off staff, he would not have known how close Congresswoman Jackson Lee was to Isaiah Martin. Why would the Congresswoman's chief of staff from 2021 until the day she died say this? Turns out the guy in question left her office in August of 2020, conveniently 2 whole months before my first time ever partnering with the Congresswoman, which further backs up Lily's statement. Now, why would he do this? Survey says it's because he's supporting one of his friends. Now, that should be enough to squash this, but no! Let's embarrass him. The title of senior advisor was a position that the Congresswoman gave to me personally. It was an unpaid position that helped her with whatever she needed help with. I brought the receipts, and part of that was to help her write statements. Here's something we worked on to prosecute corrupt foreign leaders. Here's a text that turned into a tweet. Here's one about cancer clusters in the district. And then a lot of times she would give me things to review, and then I would give my suggestion. My role was to advise when she needed help. But wait, there's more. I also represented the Congresswoman at events. Here's me at a graduation.
Representing the Honorable Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, Mr. Isaiah Martin.
Here's me at another one.
Representative from Sheila Jackson Lee, Sheila Jackson Lee's office, Isaiah Martin.
Here's me presenting a flag for her.
That she sent for and called for a flag to be flown over the United States Capitol in your honor.
Their last charge, because you know I want to get to them all, was that I never was seen with the Congresswoman. Here we are at the State of the Union and at the White House when the Vice President came to town. That's a lot for somebody allegedly capping about his role. Let me get this straight. After posting the largest fundraising quarter in the history of our district from 35,000 people showing I don't need big money, our opponents rushed to social media to go and promote a lie this easily disprovable. Come with something more believable next time. That apology better be just as loud as the disrespect was.
Math wasn't mathing on several things.
Well, 1 + 1 = 2, dumbass. Help me send him a message, ship it in my campaign, link to my bio.